Today we're going to discuss the 6 worst exercises for sciatica.
That's right. Now, some of these exercises can be actually good and help you out, but if you have sciatica, they can actually make the sciatica worse or just give you more problems and drag the problem and the pain on.
Hamstring stretching, we're going to show a couple variations that can be problematic for some people. I'm doing what's known as the hurdler stretch. So sitting in a long position, I'd be stretching my hamstring on this leg, and then I'd bend forward, and if I have sciatica, this is probably painful and irritating my back and my leg right now, mainly because I'm rounding my back and flexing forward like this, putting that disc pressure on the nerve root like we talked about earlier. So if you get in an upright seated position like this and there's no pain, that's fine. If you can manage to keep a flat back and bend forward, it's okay. But if any of this causes pain, just do not do it.
Right. Be very cautious, or again, I would just avoid it. Another common one is where people hamstring stretch like this, and then watch my low back. This is really a big no-no. I'm rounding the back. Everything is being stressed. A lot of stress on that low back, on that disc area. If you do it with a straight back and go forward like this, then it may be tolerated. Again, it's still a red flag. There's other ways to do hamstring stretches, and we do have some videos on that as well.
Now, if you don't have sciatica and you can do this stretch with a flat back, it's perfectly fine. But if you have sciatica, just avoid it.
And number 2 is forward bending or forward stretching, simply fingertips to the toes, like Mike is demonstrating there. And this is actually, people use this for a hamstring stretch as well. Again, the rounded back really puts stress on that disc where the problem is, could flare up that sciatica. Even if you go forward and you bend the knees, that takes the hamstring out, but it still does the same thing here. This is the type of thing we just don't do at all. If you do this with your back arched and straight, there may be an argument that that's going to be helpful for it. But if you got sciatica, I would just not do the bend forward at all till it resolves.
So the next exercise you want to avoid is double leg lifts. This is commonly like a core type exercise people will do. So both feet are together. I bring them up as high as I can. Oftentimes you can see right here, my back is starting to flex and round. It's just the opposite way of a forward bend because my legs are moving and not my upper body. Now, if you do these with a single leg, keeping a nice flat back, something like this or like this is okay. But if you have sciatica, you probably just want to avoid this altogether for now.
Right.
So the double leg lifts like this, even this variation too, look how much rounding I'm getting in my low back. Luckily I don't have sciatica, but you can see how this is problematic.
Right.